Let's bring in senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram. Chad, I know how we got here, but what do we have here? What's in the bill?
Yeah, well, it doesn't appear there's going to be a government shutdown tonight. This is 118 pages, and we're waiting for the Senate to align with the House. The vote in the House of Representatives, 366 to 34. All 34 noes came from the GOP. One Republican no was Chip Roy. He flagged disaster funding, which was not paid for.
I voted against the spending bill because it's unpaid for, $110 billion and a whole bunch of hosts of other things that I can't support. But, you know, we thinned it down a little bit this week. That's better, slightly better process.
The 118-page bill funds the government through March 14th. It also provides emergency funding for farmers, but nothing on the debt ceiling. Here are things in the bigger bill which did not make the cut. Dollars for cancer research, a congressional pay raise, and money to rebuild the collapsed bridge in Baltimore.
The thing Donald Trump wanted, he didn't get. But it looks like Elon got some of the things he wanted, so that's interesting. The drama that went on here for the last 2 days didn't need to happen. We literally wound up in the same place we were always going to wind up, which was the Democrats providing the majority of the votes to keep the government home open and deliver for the American people.
The shutdown spectacle caused problems for House Speaker Mike Johnson. He's now on thin ice, especially after he negotiated the massive 1,500-page bill with Democrats. The House votes for Speaker on January 3rd.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm losing confidence with each day. And I think that we have a lot of our colleagues that are losing confidence. We're not sticking to the principles and the values in which we say that we fight for.
So we do not expect a government shutdown tonight, but the Senate must sync up. Senators could request time to debate or even delay the bill under Senate rules. Brian?
All right, Chad, a couple of things. When Elon Musk came out and said the Congress was giving themselves a 40% pay raise, he was wrong, right? It was only 3.8%.
It was a smaller percentage, absolutely, and some people would argue that that's a COLA, a cost of living increase, and that's always one of the most toxic issues here in the Congress.
I know. Also, when Elon came out and said there's money in it to build a stadium in Washington, D.C., that wasn't right, was it?
Not to build the stadium. Here's the issue. There's a tract of land that belongs to the federal government, that RFK Stadium, where the Washington Redskins, now the Commanders, played for many years, just a few blocks from here in Washington, D.C. They're trying to transfer that back over to the Washington, D.C. government. And then what would happen? The D.C. government wants to lure the Commanders back to Washington. They play right now in Maryland.
Gotcha. And my last question is, Speaker Johnson, should he feel secure about the vote for him to get that job for at least another 2 years?
Well, you heard what Corey Mills said there. I don't know that there's somebody who could beat him, but it's going to be a very challenging vote come January 3rd. The reason is you have to get an outright majority of all members casting ballots for somebody by name. He can lose one vote, and I would not be surprised if this were to go to a second or a third round on January 3rd. It went to 15 rounds with Kevin McCarthy almost 2 years ago. We don't think that's going to happen. And if President-elect Trump obviously supports Speaker Johnson, that's going to be the Speaker of the House.
And right now he can only afford to lose 2 votes, and for a while he's only going to have a couple of vote margin until we get replacements for Elise Stefanik as well as Michael Waltz. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
All right, Chad, great job as usual.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.